Romance of the Three Kingdoms, Chapter 63.
Shu, modern Sichuan. Liu Bei's there with Pang Tong.
Ah, yes, Pang Tong, the fledgling phoenix, supposedly right up there with Zhuge Liang in terms of genius.
That's the reputation. But as they advance, it feels like, well, the universe, or maybe just some very sharp observers, are sending some seriously mixed signals.
It sets that mood immediately, doesn't it? This feeling of significance, maybe even foreboding. Almost straight away, Liu Bei gets information that challenges his whole plan.
It kicks off quite dramatically with the arrival of Peng Yang.
Right. Peng Yang. Tell us about him again. He's quite a character.
He really is. The sources describe him as this local hero type from Guanghan. Very distinctive look, short hair.
Which wasn't a fashion statement, was it?
No, not at all. It's a punishment, apparently, from Liu Zhang, the ruler they were marching against, because Peng Yang was too outspoken.
So a guy not afraid to speak his mind. Makes sense he'd approach Liu Bei.
Exactly. And he doesn't just show up. He delivers this critical warning. He goes straight to Liu Bei.
And what's the warning?
It's twofold, really. First, a major strategic vulnerability. He points out that the front camp where Wei Yan and Huang Zong are is way too close to the Fushui River.
Okay, that sounds bad.
It is. Because he's uncovered a plot. An enemy general, Leng Bao, plans to basically break the banks and flood them out, trap them.
Wow, that's specific intel.
But then he adds another layer. He throws in this astrological warning. He says something like, the glorious star is in the west, and the great white is in this place.
Great white meaning a specific star or planet, like Venus.
Precisely. A signifier in their astrology. He concludes, there will be unfortunate events, so be extremely careful.
So, military intel and a cosmic warning. How does Liu Bei take it?
To his credit, he takes it very seriously. He immediately appoints Peng Yang as a guest advisor. And crucially, he gets word secretly to Wei Yan and Huang Zong, be vigilant, patrol constantly.
A move, does it work?
Like a charm. That very night, Leng Bao launches his attack. There's wind, there's rain. He thinks he's got surprise on his side, brings 5,000 troops to unleash the river.
But Wei Yan is ready for him.
Completely ready. Wei Yan leads his troops out. Leng Bao's forces are totally routed, apparently trampling each other in the chaos. Wei Yan actually captures Leng Bao himself after a short fight.
Incredible. Talk about a swift turnaround.
Absolutely. So Leng Bao is dragged before Liu Bei back at Fuguan.
And Liu Bei usually showed mercy, didn't he?
Often, yes. But not this time. He points out Leng Bao betrayed him before. This time, it's execution. And Wei Yan, he gets heavily rewarded for his quick action.
So this first part really shows the benefit of listening, right? Heeding the warning, preparing, leads to a solid win.
Definitely. It's a clear win. Boosts confidence, almost makes you think, okay, listen to warnings, things go well. It kind of sets you up.
Sets you up for the next more complicated warnings, perhaps.
Exactly. Because while they're celebrating this victory, another message arrives. A big one.
Who's it from?
It's a letter from his chief strategist, the man himself, Zhuge Liang, sent all the way from Jingzhou.
Ah, Kongming. Okay, what does he say?
And this is where it gets really eerie. Zhuge Liang's message sounds remarkably similar to Peng Yang's astrological warning.
No way. The same signs.
Pretty much. He writes about calculating the Taiyi numbers the night before, mentions the year cycle, Gizi, and again, the glorious star is in the west. And then he adds, also observing the celestial phenomena, the great white is in the area of Luocheng.
Great white again. Over Luocheng, the next target.
Precisely. And his conclusion. This indicates more misfortune than good for a commanding general. It is crucial to be cautious. It's basically the same cosmic red flag Peng Yang raised, just maybe with more technical detail.
Okay, that would give me pause. Two separate warnings pointing to the same signs, same area. How does Liu Bei react this time?
He's deeply troubled. Understandably. The source says he even considers turning back, going all the way back to Jingzhou just to talk this over with Zhuge Liang.
Wow. That shows how seriously he's taking it. But Peng Tong is right there with him, isn't he?
He is. And this is where the real tension flares up. Peng Tong steps in, and he has a dramatically different take.
Oh boy. What does he say?
He completely dismisses Zhuge Liang's warning. Outright. He even suggests Zhuge Liang is doing it deliberately.
Deliberately? Why?
Peng Tong suspects Zhuge Liang is trying to stop him, Peng Tong, from getting the glory of conquering Sichuan. Trying to hoard the credit, basically.
Ah, the rivalry. So it's not about the warning, it's about office politics, almost.
It feels like it's colored by that, certainly. because Pang Tong then offers his own interpretation of the exact same signs usually I mentioned.
The same stars. How does he spin it?
He says, I also calculated the Tai numbers. I know the glorious star is in the west. But then he flips it. This signifies your destined conquest of Sichuan, not misfortune.
That's quite a different reading.
And he deals with the great white over Lujiang sign, too. He claims the execution of that Shu general, Ling Bao. That already fulfilled the omen. It's done. Cleared.
Oh, convenient. The bad luck already happened, so now it's smooth sailing.
Basically, yes. He urges Liu Bei, you must not have doubts, quickly advance.
So you've got these two brilliant minds looking at the same, let's call it data, the stars, and coming to polar opposite conclusions. One sees grave danger, the other sees destiny and glory.
It's fascinating, isn't it? It really highlights how much our own desires, our ambitions, maybe our insecurities and rivalries can shape how we interpret information. Even information that seems objective, like celestial signs.
How much do you filter reality through what you want to be true?
Exactly. Pang Tong's reading feels almost tailor-made to justify pushing forward, to secure his own reputation. Any warning becomes an obstacle to his ambition, maybe.
It definitely seems that way, and he's clearly very persuasive. Or maybe Liu Bei is just caught in the middle. Does Pang Tong convince him?
Well, Pang Tong doesn't just suggest, he insists. Vehemently urges him forward, despite Liu Bei's obvious unease.
And Liu Bei.
Liu Bei eventually caves. He agrees to press on towards Luocheng.
Okay, so the forward momentum continues, despite the conflicting advice and Liu Bei's own doubts. What happens next?
They start planning the approach. Fao Zheng, another advisor, outlines the paths. There's a main road to the east gate, wide and clear, and a smaller winding path to the west gate.
Two options. How do they decide who goes where?
Pang Tong suggests splitting the forces. Wei Yan takes the small path, Huang Zong the main road, meet up at the city. Standard enough. Liu Bei pipes up. He's actually pretty good on horseback on those tricky small paths. So he declares, I'll take the small path to the west gate myself.
Oh, leading from the front.
Seems like it. But Pang Tong insists. He tells Liu Bei, you take the main road to the east gate. Liu Bei actually argues a bit, wants the small path himself, but Pang Tong insists.
Interesting.
But then things get even more ominous. The personal warnings start piling up for Liu Bei.
More warnings. What now?
He confesses something to Pang Tong. He says, last night I dreamed of a deity.
A dream. Okay.
Striking my right arm with an iron rod, and I still feel pain.
Yeah.
He explicitly expresses his doubt, saying maybe Pang Tong should stay back at Fuguan.
Wow. A painful divine warning dream. It's pretty direct. And he suggests Pang Tong stay safe. That sounds like Liu Bei is really feeling the danger now.
You'd think. But what does Pang Tong do?
Let me guess.
He dismisses it.
Completely. Laughs it off. He actually accuses Liu Bei of being bewitched by Kongming, Zhuge again.
Blaming Zhuge Liang for Liu Bei's bad dream. That's quite a stretch.
He basically says the dream is just a product of Liu Bei's doubtful mind, poisoned by Zhuge Liang's negativity. Not a real omen. And then he doubles down on his loyalty, saying he's ready to die on the battlefield for Liu Bei.
It's like he's deflecting any possible reason for caution, attributing it all to his rival. It's intense.
It really is. He's shutting down every warning, even Liu Bei's own gut feeling and dreams, connecting it all back to Zhuge Liang. It shows this incredibly powerful drive, maybe bordering on obsession, to push forward no matter what. And the universe isn't done sending signals, is it? There's the incident with the horse.
Yes, the final, very physical omen. The next morning, they're getting ready to ride out. But as Pang Tong gets on, the horse suddenly rears, shies violently, and throws him off.
Throws Pang Tong. Okay, that's not subtle.
Not at all. Liu Bei rushes over, but then he looks at the horse, and he notices it looks, well, the text says vicious, unruly. He insists Pang Tong take his white horse, usually well-behaved.
Yeah.
Liu Bei says he'll ride the vicious one instead.
He gives Pang Tong his own, presumably safer, horse.
Pang Tong is deeply grateful, thanks him profusely, and accepts the white horse.
This is getting heavy. The strategist urging reckless advance ends up on the leader's horse.
And as Pang Tong rides off on that white horse, taking the smaller winding path to the west gate, Liu Bei watches him go. And the text says Liu Bei feels extremely uneasy. He follows, reluctantly, to take the main road to the east gate.
Wow. So we have the locals' warning, the chief strategist's warning, the leader's dream, the horse throwing, the ambitious strategist, the horse swap. It's an avalanche of bad signs.
That really is. It makes you question, doesn't it? When do coincidences stack up so high that they start to feel like fate? Or is it just that Pang Tong's choices, his dismissal of caution, are creating this perfect storm?
It's a profound point. We've traced this sequence, Peng Yang's warning leading to victory,
A reinforcement for listening, you might say.
followed by Zhu Zhiliang's almost identical warning, Liu Bei's dream, the horse incident, all dismissed, often with that undercurrent of rivalry or sheer ambition from Pang Tong. Luocheng, this is a super important stronghold for Liu Bei's campaign in Shu. The defenders, Wu Yi and Lu Gi, they're kind of holed up. They just lost General Ling Bao, so things are tense for them. But here's where it gets really interesting. General Zhang Ren, he's a key defender there, steps up with a pretty clever counter move. He's not just sitting back. What does that tell us? Him immediately thinking offensively, even when his city's under siege.
Well, it tells you a lot about his mindset, doesn't it? He's proactive, intelligent. He's not waiting for Liu Bei to dictate the pace. He's looking to seize the initiative. And his insight is spot on. He picks out this specific, small, secluded mountain path, calls it most vital, a hidden choke point. His plan isn't just defense. He personally leads 3,000 troops out to set up an ambush there. And the really bold part, his orders are specific. Let Wei Yan's vanguard pass by. Don't tip them off. The real target is someone specific further back. He's aiming for the general on the white horse. That's incredibly precise. It suggests he either has amazing intelligence or he's making a really sharp guess about who'd be leading the main force.
Wow, okay, targeting one specific person like that, that's audacious, shows he knows where to hit. Now, picture Pang Tong, brilliant strategist himself, leading his army forward, totally unaware he's about to walk into this ambush. He looks up, sees these two narrow, towering mountains, slopes thick with trees. It's late summer, early autumn, so it's dense. You can almost feel the walls closing in. Is it just the terrain, or is his strategist's gut telling him something? He feels uneasy, pulls his horse back, pauses the march, and he asks, "What place is this?" What do you think is going through his head right then? A seasoned commander suddenly hesitating like that?
It's a really powerful moment, isn't it? Pure dramatic irony. We know the danger, but he's just getting that first prickle of unease. Then a surrendered soldier, someone in his own ranks now, tells him the name. This place is called Lufengpo. Now, think about it. Pang Tong's courtesy name, his chosen title, is Phoenix Fledgling, Feng Chu. So hearing falling Phoenix Slope, Lufengpo, that must have hit him like a physical blow. A chill, absolutely. His reaction is immediate. He cries out, "I am Phoenix Fledgling. This is falling Phoenix Slope. This is unfavorable for me." Now, the story leans into fate, but you could also see this as his strategist's mind finally recognizing the tactical danger, maybe amplified by that ominous name. Did the name cloud his judgment just enough? Create that fatal moment of hesitation Zhang Ren needed? It's that intersection of belief and battlefield reality. But he doesn't just fret, he acts, orders the rear army, retreat, quickly. He knows the danger is real.
And right then, just as he gives the order, just as they're trying to pull back, a single cannon shot echoes, loud, sharp, from the slope above. It's the signal. The trap is sprung. And then, chaos. Arrows just pour down the Texas like flying locusts, a storm of them. And every single one, with chilling accuracy, is aimed at the general on the white horse.
Yeah, it shows just how precise Zhang Ren's plan was. Target the white horse. And it worked perfectly. Pang Tong, unfortunately, was riding that horse, leading from the front. He fit the description. And just like that, at only 36 years old, this brilliant mind, someone who could have changed everything, is cut down. It really makes you grapple with that whole fate versus free will thing, doesn't it? Was it inevitable because of the name, the prophecies? Or could one different choice have saved him? There's a poem later that laments his death, highlights his talent. Ancient peaks connected. Shi Wan had his dwelling near the mountain bend. Who knew the celestial dog would fall like a meteor? That celestial dog in their astrology often meant disaster, the fall of someone important. And remember that children's rhyme. The prophecy, one phoenix and one dragon, together to Shu. Halfway there, the phoenix dies east of the slope. It's uncanny. You see how omens, strategy, tragedy, it's all woven together so tightly in their worldview.
36. Just devastating. A stark reminder that even the brightest stars can fall. So Pang Tong's death throws Liu Bei's army into total chaos. They're trapped on that narrow path, can't move forward, can't retreat, casualties are piling up. And Wei Yan, he led the vanguard through safely earlier, but now he tries to turn back to help. But the path's too narrow. Zhang Ren's archers and crossbowmen are raining fire. It's impossible for him. What's the strategic nightmare here? Your vanguard's cut off, your main force ambushed? That must just compound the panic.
Well, it's textbook disaster. A perfect pincer movement created by the terrain and the ambush. Wei Yan is absolutely desperate. He's got Zhang Ren pushing from behind, and the path ahead is now blocked by the chaos. Rock in a hard place, really. But then another surrendered Shu soldier pipes up, maybe seeing a chance, maybe genuinely trying to help. Says, forget retreating back up the path. Head for Luocheng itself. Break out that way. Wei Yan, seeing no other option, takes the advice, pushes forward, but then bam, he runs right into Wu Lan and Lai Tong coming out of Luosheng, while Zhang Ren is still chasing him from behind. A full pincer. He's surrounded. Looks like it's over. But just as things look bleakest, there's a sudden intervention. Wu Lan and Lai Tong's own rear ranks fall into disorder. As they turn to deal with that, Wei Yan presses his advantage. And then a shout. "Winchak, I came specifically to save you!" Oh, it's Huang Zong, the veteran general, arriving right in the nick of time. Talk about a heroic entrance. Together, Huang Zong and Wei Yan managed to fight back Wu Lan and Lai Tong, pushing towards Luocheng.
That's incredible timing. But even with Huang Zong and Wei Yan fighting like lions, Liu Bei's main army is just shattered, exhausted, demoralized by losing Pangtong. They have to retreat, a full-scale retreat, with Zhang Ren and the others nipping at their heels all the way back to Fuguan, where they started. Thankfully, Lu Feng and Guan Ping show up with 30,000 fresh troops to cover them, push Zhang Ren back, even get some horses back. But the damage is done. How does losing Pangtong plus this major retreat change the game for Liu Bei's Shu campaign? Tactically, psychologically.
It's a massive blow, strategically and emotionally. Pang Tong wasn't just a strategist. He was the phoenix to Zhuge Liang's dragon. Losing him was like losing an arm, as Zhuge Liang himself says later. Liu Bei is crippled strategically, but also, you can tell, deeply personally affected. When he gets back to Fuguan, here's the full story from the survivors. He weeps bitterly towards the west, performs a mourning ritual right there. It shows how much Pang Tong meant. It's Huang Zong who points out the only real way forward now. They need Zhuge Liang, sent him from Jingzhou. Liu Bei agrees immediately, writes the letter, sends Guan Ping off, says he'll just stand firm and await the military advisor's arrival. It shows his complete trust in Zhuge Liang and the stark realization that he desperately needs him now.
Right, so while all this battlefield chaos and retreat is happening in Shu, something equally dramatic but very different is going down miles away in Jingzhou with Zhuge Liang. Get this. It's the Qigas Festival, a time for celebration. He's at a banquet with his officers, actually discussing the Shu campaign. Everything's peaceful, normal. And then something happens that just stops everything cold, shows you that legendary insight Zhuge Liang is famous for.
Yeah, this scene is classic. Zhuge Liang, showcasing that connection to the cosmos, that foresight the novel emphasizes. Right in the middle of the feast, suddenly, a huge star described as large as a dipper falls from the western sky. Its light just scatters as it drops. Zhuge Liang's reaction is immediate and visceral. He literally throws his cup down, covers his face, and starts weeping, cries out, "Alas, how painful." Everyone else is naturally stunned. What's going on? He explains he'd already done calculations. The gang star was in the west, bad sign for strategist. The celestial dog trespassed on our army, sign of disaster. And the Taibai star approached Luocheng, Venus, associated with war, in a bad position near their target. He'd even sent a warning letter to Liu Bei, told him, be extremely careful because the signs were bad. And then he says it, his voice full of grief. Who would have thought that tonight a star would fall in the west? Pang Shi-Yuan's life must be over. He laments, my lord has lost an arm. Predicts, chillingly, within a few days there will be news. And the party just ends. No joy left.
Wow. An ambush plan, an ironic place name, and a falling star all lining up. It's incredible. It makes you ask, though, if Zhuge Liang sent that warning, why wasn't Pang Tong more cautious? Was he just caught? Or was it really fate, something unavoidable?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
Yeah. Kongming, he and the formidable Guan Yu are together, probably discussing strategy, when suddenly a critical message arrives.
Yeah, Guan Ping comes in.
Right. Guan Ping enters, bearing a letter from Liu Bei himself. And the news, absolutely devastating.
That's awful.
Liu Bei's brilliant strategist, Pang Tong, often called the Phoenix Fledgling, has been tragically killed. Ambushed by Zhang Ren at Luofengpo.
Fallen Phoenix Ravine, yeah.
Yeah.
A treacherous place.
This happened on the 7th day of the 7th month, marking a terrible blow. Our sources describe Kongming's profound grief, weeping openly.
The whole staff, really, all the officials mourning alongside him. It shows the impact.
It's clear this wasn't just a loss of life, but a direct hit to the strategic heart of their command.
A key point here is the sheer weight of this loss.
Yeah.
Pang Tong wasn't merely a general. He was, a strategic mind, second only to Kongming himself.
Huge loss.
His death leaves this massive void, particularly at this critical juncture in the campaign. The sources tell us Liu Bei is reported to be stuck at Fuguan Pass.
Stuck how?
Trapped in a dilemma, unable to advance or retreat. Just paralyzed strategically.
Wow.
So this immediate crisis necessitates Kongming's direct intervention, forcing him to leave Jingzhou.
Which is this vital strategic gateway.
Absolutely vital. He has to leave it to aid his lord. It's a perfect illustration of that domino effect we mentioned. One tragedy forces a major unplanned shift.
So one of their two brilliant strategic minds, the architect of their current campaign, is gone. Poof.
Gone.
And the other, Kongming, must now up to rescue Liu Bei.
Yeah.
This immediately raises a colossal question in this moment of crisis. Who is capable of holding such an immensely important territory?
It's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
Jingzhou isn't just a place. It's a strategic linchpin, a crossroads coveted by multiple factions. You can't just leave anyone there.
No way. It needs a strong hand.
The narrative takes us straight to Guan Yu. He steps up and directly asks Kongming the question on everyone's mind.
He says, if the military advisor goes, who will guard Jingzhou? Jingzhou is a critical location. Its significance is not light.
He sees the problem immediately.
And Kongming, ever the astute interpreter, he reveals Liu Bei's implicit choice through the letter.
How so? It doesn't name him.
No, not explicitly. The letter entrusts Jingzhou to Kongming to measure talent and appoint. But Kongming reads between the lines. He deduces Liu Bei intends for Guan Yu to take on this heavy responsibility, appealing to their Peach Garden Oath, that profound, almost sacred bond of brotherhood.
Right, that loyalty.
This begs the question for you, the listener. Is Kongming truly confident in Guan Yu here? Or is he maybe navigating a complex political and personal landscape?
Knowing Liu Bei's deep trust in Guan Yu might overshadow perhaps some strategic concerns.
Exactly. Guan Yu, peerless warrior, loyal brother, he accepts without hesitation. He so gladly assents, just steps right up.
But then comes a moment that gives Kongming significant pause. You can almost feel it in the text.
Yeah, what happens?
As Kongming prepares to hand over the seal, the symbol of authority, Guan Yu states, a great man, having accepted such a heavy responsibility, will not stop until death.
Oof, that word, death.
Right. The word death clearly displeases Kongming. While it's a powerful declaration of commitment, it also hints at a rigidity, maybe.
A lack of flexibility that might be strategically dangerous for a master planner like Kongming. He prefers caution, calculation.
That's precisely the tension, isn't it? A hero's unwavering loyalty is inspiring, but is it always strategically sound?
Especially when it veers into a kind of rigidity that clearly bothers Kongming.
This leads to a critical strategic conversation. Kongming, ever the planner, he tests Guan Yu's thinking.
Okay, go.
He asks, what if Cao Cao attacks? Pretty standard threat from the north.
And Guan Yu
Confidently replies, resist with force. Just meet them head on.
Okay, seems reasonable for Guan Yu.
Then Kongming pushes further. What if both Cao Cao and Sun Quan attack simultaneously? Now that's the nightmare scenario.
Oh yeah, pincer movement. Very dangerous.
Guan Yu's answer, still confident, is divide forces to resist. Fight both at once.
Brave, but...
Kongming immediately warns him, seeing the fatal flaw in this overly aggressive, direct approach. If so, Jingzhou will be in danger. He flat out tells him it won't work.
Yeah, spreading forces too thin.
This shows Kongming isn't just handing over power, he's trying to impart crucial counterintuitive wisdom. Don't just fight harder, fight smarter.
And this is where Kongming's strategic genius truly shines through. He provides a solution that's less about raw power and more about, well, delicate diplomacy.
The famous 8 characters.
Exactly. He provides Guan Yu with 8 crucial characters to firmly remember that are essential for defending Jingzhou.
Which are?
North resist Cao Cao, East ally with Sun Quan.
Resist the main enemy, make peace with the other potential threat.
Precisely. This isn't just about military might. It's about recognizing that fighting on 2 fronts simultaneously would be disastrous. It's about strategic alliances and choosing your battles.
Or, like you said, choosing not to battle on every front.
Right. Guan Yu vows to engrave these words into his heart. It's a vital lesson for any leader. Sometimes strategy isn't about fighting every battle, but about shrewdly choosing your allies, managing your enemies.
That 8-character decree is a brilliant strategic directive. But knowing Guan Yu's strong, proud personality and his initial confidence in fighting on 2 fronts, do you think Kongming was truly confident he would follow that advice? Or was this a calculated risk born of pure necessity? Like, okay, Guan Yu, here's the plan. Please stick to it.
That's the million-dollar question again, isn't it? It makes you wonder. Kongming knows Guan Yu. He knows his pride.
In any case, to support Guan Yu in this monumental task, Kongming assigns a strong, diverse team. He doesn't just leave him hanging.
No, he sets him up with support. Civilian officials like Ma Liang, Yi Ji, Zhang Lang, Mi Zhu.
And military officers too. Mi Fang, Liao Hua, Guan Ping, Zhu Kang.
It's a comprehensive handover underlining the monumental importance of Jingsu and the complexity of its defense. Kongming is trying to build a robust support system around him.
Okay, so with the critical issue of Jingzhou's defense now addressed, at least on paper,
Right, the plan is set.
Kongming can finally turn his attention back to the urgent task of relieving Liu Bei in Sichuan.
Back to the main campaign.
He leads 15,000 troops into Sichuan, the rich, fertile region Liu Bei is attempting to conquer, marching alongside none other than the fiery Zhang Fei.
Oh, this should be interesting. Kongming and Zhang Fei.
But before they set off, Kongming delivers some very specific instructions to Zhang Fei. Zhang Fei's got his own mission: 10,000 elite troops, main road to Bazhou and Luosheng.
Key cities. And he's promised the first merit if he reaches Luocheng first. A bit of incentive for Zhang Fei.
Right. But what truly stands out here is how Kongming directly addresses Zhang Fei's famously tempestuous temperament.
Yeah, he knows Zhang Fei's reputation.
He warns, West Sichuan has many heroes, do not underestimate them. Standard advice. But then he gets incredibly specific about conduct.
Like what?
Almost a direct intervention into Zhang Fei's personality. Along the way, discipline the army, do not plunder the common people to lose popular support.
Crucial for winning over the locals.
Wherever you go, treat them with compassion, do not indulge in flogging soldiers.
The flogging, Zhang Fei's notorious weak spot.
Exactly. This is a clear acknowledgement of Zhang Fei's fiery personality and his past tendency to be harsh with his own troops. Kongming is actively trying to shape his behavior.
Recognizing that conquering territory isn't just about military might, but about winning hearts and minds. You can't just brutalize your way through.
And in a truly astonishing turn, Zhang Fei's response is surprisingly compliant. He gladly accepts.
Really?
Yes. And for once, actually follows through. The sources tell us that wherever he goes, he does not harm a single blade of grass when people surrender.
Wow. That's unexpected.
It's almost unbelievable for someone known for his, shall we say, robust approach to discipline. Is this a genuine transformation, finally learning from Kongming's wisdom?
Or just, a temporary truce with his own fiery nature while Kongming's metaphorical gaze is still on him?
Could be. He swiftly moves towards Bajun, a major prefecture, seemingly embodying the change Kongming hoped for. But then...
There's always a but then, isn't there?
Upon reaching Bajun, Zhang Fei receives a stout report on the local prefect, Yan Yan.
Okay, who's this guy?
This isn't some green recruit Zhang Fei is facing.
Yeah.
Yan Yan is described as a famous general from Shu, advanced in age but still incredibly energetic.
An old veteran.
Skilled with a hard bow, a great saber, said to be capable of facing 10,000 men alone. Hyperbole maybe, but still.
Head tipster, he's tough.
And crucially, he refuses to surrender, holding the city firm. He's not rolling over.
This begs the question, why is Yan Yan so unyielding? What's his motivation?
The sources connect his actions to his long-held convictions. Apparently, when he first heard Liu Zhang invited Liu Bei into Shu, he famously sighed, "This is like sitting on a desolate mountain and inviting a tiger to guard oneself."
So he saw Liu Bei as a threat from the very beginning.
Exactly. He understood the danger Liu Bei posed to his lord, Liu Zhang, and now he faces Liu Bei's forces directly. He's a veteran, principled, understands the political game.
His refusal isn't just stubbornness. It's a deeply ingrained belief. He's making a stand.
But Zhang Fei, true to his historical form, may be momentarily forgetting Kongming's earlier counsel about compassion, sends a characteristic message. Surrender immediately to save the city's people, or the city will be flattened, and no one, old or young, will be spared.
Oof. Back to the old Zhang Fei tactics. Intimidation.
Classic Zhang Fei. But Yan Yan isn't intimidated. He prepares his 5,000 to 6,000 troops, not necessarily for a direct fight, but for something far more clever.
Okay, now this is where the strategy gets really interesting. Yang Yan's experience as an old general truly shines.
What does he do?
An advisor points out Zhang Fei's famous moment at Changban Bridge,
where he supposedly scared off Cao Cao's army.
Right. The advisor says, essentially, this guy's tough, you can't underestimate him. So their brilliant counterplan is not to fight directly.
Smart. Avoid his strengths.
Instead, they recommend deep ditches, high walls, and hold out without engaging. Hunker down.
A siege defense. What's the logic?
The logic is that Zhang Fei's army, away from its supply lines, will run out of food and provisions in about a month and be forced to retreat. Starve them out.
That makes sense.
And here's the truly clever psychological element. The advisor adds, Zhang Fei has a fiery temper, often flogs soldiers.
Just what Kongming warned him about.
Exactly. If we don't fight, he will get angry. When angry, he will surely treat his soldiers brutally. When morale breaks, we can seize the opportunity to capture Zhang Fei.
Wow. They're planning to use Zhang Fei's own personality against him.
Precisely. Yan Yan adopts this plan, ordering his soldiers to just guard the city walls. Don't engage, just defend. Zhang Fei, he sends an envoy to Yan Yan demanding surrender. Pretty standard stuff, you'd think.
You would think, but Yan's response is anything but standard. It's swift and incredibly brutal.
He doesn't just say no.
Oh, far from it. He orders the envoy's ears and nose cut off.
What? Seriously?
Seriously. Then sends him back with this scathing message, basically calling Zhang Fei's forces thieves and declaring he'll never surrender. It immediately makes it personal. Very personal.
Wow, okay. And Zhang Fei, well, he's not exactly known for his calm demeanor. How does he react?
Predictably, he's absolutely furious. The text, paints this picture of him biting his teeth, glaring with those famous round eyes, and he actually vows, if I catch this old rascal, I'll personally eat his flesh. Intense stuff.
Yeah.
He then repeatedly challenges Yan Yan outside the city walls, trying to provoke him.
But Yan Yan doesn't bite.
Not at all. That's what's fascinating. Despite all Zhang Fei's taunts, the yelling, even charging right up to the drawbridge, Yan Yan refuses to come out. He stays disciplined.
Shows real tactical control.
Absolutely. And he even manages to shoot an arrow that hits Zhang Fei's helmet, just adding insult to injury, really, and making Zhang Fei even more frustrated. Yan's resisting those emotional traps.
You can really feel Zhang Fei's impatience building.
Yeah.
He's spending days just yelling, circling the city.
And observing. He sees Bazhou is tough, it's a mountain city, well fortified, and crucially, the soldiers and civilians are working together. They're united in defense.
So a direct attack is looking less and less likely to work. Brute force isn't the answer here.
Exactly. He realizes his usual approach, the direct confrontation, the taunts, it's just not working on this guy. He needs a new plan.
So how do you beat someone who just won't play your game, who won't engage?
That's the question Zhang Fei faces, and this is where he shows he's more than just a brute. He shifts strategy from aggression to, well, deception. First, he tries something smaller. Sends just a small group, maybe 30, 50 soldiers, to keep taunting, hoping maybe that will draw Yan Yan out. But nope, that fails too for 3 days straight.
Yan Yan's really got his number at this point.
Seems like it. But then Zhang Fei puts on this brilliant performance, a real masterclass in misdirection.
Here we go. What does he do?
He makes a show of giving up, orders his troops out to gather firewood like they're settling in for a long siege or maybe even pulling back.
Making it look like he's resigned?
Precisely. And then, in his camp, he stages the scene, loudly complains about Yan Yan, how stubborn he is, and then, almost as if by accident, he discovers this small, secret path around Bazhou.
Right, path to bypass the city entirely. But it's all an act.
Totally an act. It's classic military thinking, feign weakness, feign a different objective to lure the enemy. And he doesn't just find the path, he loudly announces this very detailed plan for a night march.
Oh, this is clever. Give me the details.
He lays it all out. We'll cook at 2 a.m., leave at 3 a.m. under the moonlight, soldiers will be gagged, horses' bells removed. Every detail designed to sound authentic, like a genuine, secret plan.
And who is this performance for?
For Yan Yan's spies, of course. Yan Yan, being cautious, has sent scouts disguised as woodcutters into Zhang Fei's camp.
The woodcutters.
Exactly. They hear this whole secret plan and rush back to Yan Yan with what they think is gold-plated intelligence. Zhang Fei is feeding Yan Yan exactly what he wants him to hear. It's layers upon layers.
So Yan Yan, thinking he understands Zhang Fei, this impulsive, hot-headed guy, he falls for it.
Hook, line, and sinker. He's reportedly overjoyed. He thinks Zhang Fei is finally making a rash, predictable mistake, trying to sneak past him.
It plays right into his assumptions about Zhang Fei's character.
Perfectly. So Yan Yan meticulously plans his own move, a counter-ambush.
Okay, so what's Yan Yan's plan?
He figures Zhang Fei's main force will go down this narrow path, right? And behind them, there'll be a slower supply train. Vulnerable.
Makes sense. A prime target on a narrow path.
Exactly. So he orders his troops, get ready, eat at 2 a.m., leave at 3 a.m., mirroring Zhang Fei's supposed plan, and hide along the path. Wait for the drum signal, then attack the supply train. He thinks he's got it all figured out.
So the scene is set. Night falls. Yan and his men are hidden in the woods. They see figures moving down the path.
Yeah, they see what looks like Zhang Fei leading the troops, just as expected. And then comes the supply train. It all looks exactly like the intel suggested.
Yan must be feeling pretty smug right about now.
Probably. He gives the signal, the drum beats, and his hidden soldiers burst out ready to pounce on those wagons.
There's always a but in these stories.
There is, and this is where Zhang Fei's genius is revealed. Just as Yan's men charge the wagons, a loud gong sounds. But it's not from the front. It's from behind them.
Behind them? Uh-oh.
That's right. And suddenly the real Zhang Fei appears. The text gives that classic terrifying description. Leopard head, round eyes, swallow jaw, tiger beard, wielding his massive 18-foot spear.
Wow. So the troops Yan saw first were a decoy.
Exactly. The perfect bait. Yan's ambush has just walked straight into Zhang Fei's actual ambush. He's trapped.
What a reversal. Completely outplayed.
Totally outplayed. Caught between the fake Zhang Fei and the real one. The fight, apparently, is short. Zhang Fei defeats Yan in about 10 moves.
10 moves. How?
The account says Zhang Fei faked an opening, Yan went for it. Zhang Fei dodged and then just physically overpowered him, grabbed him, wrestled him down. Incredible strength.
And Yan's troops.
Seeing their commander captured, most of them just surrendered right there. The fight was over.
So Zhang Fei takes Bazhou, and he makes sure the civilians aren't harmed, which is interesting in itself.
Yes, a detail worth noting. Then he has Yan brought before him, still in chains. Now, given Zhang Fei's earlier threat,
Yeah, the eat his flesh thing. You'd expect him to be gloating, ready for an execution.
And initially, the tension is definitely there. Zhang Fei demands, why didn't you surrender? Why did you dare resist me? Still full of that commander's fury.
But Yan, even captured, he doesn't back down.
Not one bit. He refuses to kneel, stands tall and declares, "You're invading our province unjustly. We have generals here who will have their heads cut off, but no generals who surrender."
Wow. Still defiant. Incredible resolve.
Zhang Fei is enraged again, orders the executioners forward, but Yan just yells back at him.
What does he say?
He shouts, "You rascal! If you want to cut my head off, cut it. Why are you getting so angry about it?" Just zero fear. Completely unyielding.
That is astonishing courage, facing death like that.
It is, and this is the absolute turning point, this sheer, unadulterated courage. It hits Zhang Fei.
Hit somehow.
Something shifts. Witnessing that defiance, hearing that booming voice, seeing Yan's unwavering expression, Zhang Fei's famous anger just evaporates instantly. It turns into respect, admiration even.
That's the aha moment, isn't it? Power confronting unbreakable spirit and power blinking first.
Absolutely. It's profound. So Zhang Fei waves his guards away. He walks over, personally unties Yan, gives him fresh clothes, leads him to the seat of honor.
No way. Zhang Fei does this.
He does. And then he bows. He actually bows to Yan, apologizes for being rude earlier, and calls him a true hero.
That's completely unexpected.
Yeah.
An incredible act of magnanimity.
It completely disarms Yan. He's so moved by this gesture, this recognition of his honor by his conqueror, that now he chooses to surrender.
So it's not a surrender out of fear, but out of respect.
Exactly. It's a surrender based on acknowledging Zhang Fei's character, just as Zhang Fei acknowledged his. It's about winning the person, not just the city.
And this moment gets memorialized, right?
Yeah.
In poetry.
It does. There are poems praising Yan for his loyalty, his courage, calling him unmatched. And importantly, there's poetry praising Zhang Fei, too.
For praising his fighting.
Not just that. Praising him for capturing Yan alive, yes. But specifically for winning people over through righteousness. It highlights this other dimension of his leadership.
That's a crucial takeaway, isn't it? That leadership quality.
Huge. Because now Zhang Fei needs to continue into Shu modern Sichuan. He needs local knowledge. So he humbly asks Yan for advice.
And Yan, having been shown this respect.
He's now completely loyal, grateful. He pledges his full support and offers to personally guide Zhang Fei's army all the way to Chengdu, the capital.
Wow.
And he promises they can do it without a single bow or arrow, because Yan's influence is that great. He can persuade the other cities and commanders to yield.
So capturing this one general to respect essentially unlocks the whole region for Zhang Fei.
Pretty much. It's a powerful illustration how showing honor, understanding your opponent's character can be far more effective than just force. It leads to, as the text says, the swiftest capture of many cities.